The American Way. An Apocalyptic Fairy Tale. By Chucky H. Sanson. A Playtrite recording of the forthcoming novel. Level 9. The only way is the American way. Hey, hold up. Cowboy watched lopsided Kitten beeline down the bombed-out blacktop, straight toward the impossible. You be real careful out there now. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'll be fine, Woody. She doesn't falter, not even a little. Say hello to your mother for me and the rest of femininity while you're at it. My mama? Cowboy pinches his lip and goes on. Like I was saying, the real world is pretty risky if you're new to this whole having agency thing. Who cares, starchy bunker? I'm outside, and I want an answer from the answer. If I don't examine my life, then what's the point of living it? For a moment, Kitten is silhouetted by the burning world. Suddenly, Cowboy feels that he's seen her before, cared for her, cried over her. He lowers his head. No, that's all gone now. He follows after Kitten. You don't know what America's like now. It's worse than bad. Far worse than they dare say. You might get killed, turned into a toad, vote Democrat, or even worse. Nothing worse than a long day into night at the Tickle Church. She winks with both eyes. And I mean long. But there's halations you never dreamed of out there in the real world. The Tesla super wastelands, reverse Mormon harems, Scientology K-holes, rogue Circle Ks, let alone the network of clandestine pizza joints. I'll be fine. You don't get it, shorty. You'll be beheaded by the first save point. Or you'll end up with your tongue pulled out the other end and handcuffed to your ankle. I'll be fine, she sing-songs. Cowboy can't watch her go. He closes his eyes, holds his face in his hands. Flashes of his wife and child evaporate in the bruised pink blackness of his eyelids. Gaddammit! He slaps himself. You might be fine, but I sure as shit won't be. He caught up in 3 long strides, spurs jangling like freedom, my sun-blenched cowboy boots kicking up forgotten emotions. Kitten turns. So you're really gonna join my quest? Just like in a storybook? He shook his head. Told you once already, life ain't a storybook, darlin'. It's a propaganda coloring book printed in disappearing ink. Cowboy scratched his head with the barrel of his pistol. But first things first. We can't have you prancing down the American way all out in the open like that. Like what? Like a woman? His chapped lips flatlined. Those cute little kitty cat ears aren't helping either. Kitten was stunned into near shutdown. For a second, her processors looped like a prayer to an empty sky. Nobody had ever talked to her that way before. Like she wasn't a product, or a problem, or a punchline. It almost made her feel like a real person. Almost. She shivered under the merciless glare of the black sun. He draped his stained red, white, and blue cape around her head like a bootlegged burqa of American denial. The fabric smelled like gunpowder, gasoline, and Super Bowl static. Its stripes and stars swallowed her ears, her pentagrams, her scar-tattooed branding. It devoured everything except her eyes, glowing that strange blue like the headlights on God's car. There, he mouthed, stepping back to admire the disguise. Now you look just American enough to be anybody. Or everybody. I feel like a real Yankee Doodle dandy. Jesus Hercules Christ on a fishing pole. Cowboy stood back and shook his head. You sure you want to do this? I told you. Yep. The road to White Washington is paved with good intentions, money, and adamantium asphalt. Cowboy spread his arms wide. So be ready for anything, Jellybean. And I mean anything. Thanks for the tip, Cowboy thought and rubbed his knuckles over his chin stubble. Now, if we get all the way to the Orange Monster, be afraid of him. Be very afraid. But if you can use him, you can own him. He's just a puppet. A moldy muppet stuffed with 0 thoughts and spray tan fumes. Flattery will get you everywhere. He only exists if you believe in him harder than he believes in himself. In fact, he believes in himself so much he's like a man who trained to suck his own dick since birth. She rolls her eyes so hard she almost falls over. Exactly like that, cupcake. He smiled over steely stubble, opened the door to the stang, and bowed. Kitten hopped in the passenger seat. She didn't buckle in. She didn't believe in seatbelts, or fate. He slid across the hood, jumped in, and nodded once. Wheels screaming like American exceptionalism, he gunned the engine. The muscle car pulled 3 tight, smoking Brodies and tore off down the drag strip of the last highway, vanishing into a kaleidoscope of neon wreckage. The sun split in the sky above them like a bloody egg. The clouds didn't part. They peeled back like an old sticker, revealing nothing but more sky, sick with omega radiation, and dreams gone sour. The American way unfurled ahead like a forgotten parade route. Shattered asphalt, flickering billboards, and the half-buried bones of history waving tiny flags in the dirt. Kitten leaned out the window, the stars and stripes of her borrowed disguise fluttering like a question no one wanted to answer. Cowboy lit a cigarette off the engine heat and didn't blink. I hope I get to ask my question before it's too late. Hope's the last thing you kill, sweet pea. Dies fast, rots till the cows come home, he said under his breath. A pregnant robot girl with a question and a cowboy with too much past just kept driving. Somewhere behind them, the world was still ending in reruns. Somewhere ahead, something smiled with a gigantic orange butthole. Okay, everyone, thanks for kicking ass through the American way. Remember, this was just a taste. If you made it this far, you probably already know, this story isn't safe. It's not sanitized for platforms. It's too raw for Substack, too volatile for Royal Road, too true for Medium. But it's real. And it's only just begun.